All right. Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. This is our Saturday morning all levels. So go ahead and grab a strap if you have one and some blocks, and we'll begin just lying down comfortably on the back. So go ahead and just take your time to come all the way down to the floor. And take your time to get comfortable and situated. Feel free to use any props you need to get comfortable. Sometimes I like to just start with my knees bent, my feet planted a bit wider on the floor, and just rest the knees together. That can be nice. Doing whatever you like with the arms. If they are down and away from the body, turning the palms of the hands upward. Or feel free to just stretch your legs out, whatever makes the most sense for you. And then wherever you are, see if you can find just a little bit more comfort. So maybe that's just shrugging the shoulders, separating down the back, closing the eyelids, resting the knees, relaxing the hands, the feet, all of the muscles in the face, the eyebrows, the forehead, the jaw, the tongue, the throat. And just taking these next moments or so to simply arrive. Notice how you're feeling today in this moment, to know how you're showing up today, what you're showing up with. And as the eyes are closed, just becoming aware of your surroundings without looking. So visualizing the room, right? The four walls, the ceiling, the floor, and the position that you're in lying on the floor. So noticing the shape that you've taken on. What points of the body are connected and touching the floor. Maybe that's the back of the head, the back of the hands, the elbows, the shoulder blades, the glutes. If the feet are planted, feel the feet rest into the floor. And if the legs are stretched, maybe feeling the calves and the heels all connected to the floor. So notice what's true for you. Let's take a couple of really big breaths together. I'm starting to tune into the breath, not putting too much effort or trying to change the breath, just full breaths in. So as you breathe in, you're noticing the belly start to expand and fill up. And then opening the mouth, just let it go. Don't be afraid to make a noise. Take another big breath in, filling all the way up to the top of your breath. And let something go. Do one more big breath in, just like that, all the way up to the top of the breath. And all the way out. Ah. Just feeling the body get a little bit heavier. Maybe massaging the back of the head, rotating the head side to side. Maybe starting to wiggle the fingertips, the wrist, maybe stretching the legs out long, pointing, flexing the toes. And perhaps a full body stretch. So just stretching, wiggling around in any way you need to. Take a big breath in, just stretch long. And as you exhale, starting to bend the knees in towards the belly, hugging them in nice and close, keeping the low back and sacrum still grounded here. And just noticing how this feels. Maybe rocking side to side. Noticing how that feels on your low back, the glutes, the spine. All right, so let's go ahead and just keep the knees bent. But we're going to bring the arms down to the earth, out to a T, and turning the palms of the hands down. And then with the knees bent, just bring the knees a 90-degree angle. So the toes are dialing up. The heels are efforting towards the other end of the mat. And then just pause here. Take a big breath in. Now as you exhale, start to drop the legs, the knees over towards the right hand side, just ever so slightly. We're just going to start really small. And then we'll inhale, come right back through center. And exhale, just a little bit over to the left. And inhale back through center. And exhale to the right. Perhaps going a bit deeper, but not going all the way down yet. Inhale back through center. And exhale over to the left. Good. Inhale back through center. And just going at your own pace, side to side, following along with your breath. Using the core, the strength of the core to guide you side to side. Maybe noticing as you go a little bit deeper every time. Keeping the legs active, and the breath engaged, the breath active and full. Now the next time you go to the right, we're going to land there. So on your exhale, just slowly lowering the knees all the way down. And maybe setting a blanket or a block or something underneath the knees if you like. Sliding the knees up fairly high towards the right arm. And maybe you bring that right hand to the outside of the knee, just help ground the legs down. And you can turn the left palm to turn upward. So relaxing both shoulders, maybe sending your gaze over to the left-hand side. And then let the legs really settle here. Notice if there's any clenching in the inner thighs, just let that go. And take about 3 big breaths here, just at your own pace. Allowing especially that left shoulder to soften. Allowing the knees and the hips to get heavy. Good. Let's take one more big breath in. And a long breath out. As you're ready, we'll expand the arms again to a T. Both palms can face down. And then again, using your core as you press through the hands, lift the knees back in towards center. Take your time. Maybe you rock a little side to side, left to right for a moment. And then eventually we'll come all the way to the left. So slowly guiding both knees towards the left hand side, stacking them up, making sure the knees are fairly high, so pretty close towards that left elbow. And then you could use the left hand again to ground the knees down. Turn the right palm upward and send your gaze to the right. Just a couple more breaths here. Just letting everything relax. All right, beautiful. Let's take one more breath in. Big breath out. All right, as you're ready, we'll start to draw the legs back towards center. We'll bring the feet down to the floor. Stretch each leg out one at a time and bring the arms up overhead. So a nice, long, full body stretch here again. Now taking a side bend, we're going to start to inch the head, shoulders, and arms over to the right top corner of the mat. And then once you get that set up, you can start to walk both legs towards the right bottom corner of the mat. Just coming to your expression. Doesn't need to be super, super deep here. Just finding a place where you do feel a nice stretch, but it's not too much. And then maybe you hold on to a wrist, or you can cactus the arms, whatever feels right. If it feels okay on the leg area, you could just cross the left ankle over the right ankle. And again, maybe the eyes are closed here, just tuning inward. Be here for a couple of breaths. Maybe thinking about an intention that you'd like to invite into this next hour or so, or into your weekend. Something that you can come back to on and off the mat. Relax the body, relax the shoulders. And let's take one more big breath in. Long breath out. Ah. Now as you're ready, we'll start to come back to center on your own time. So just uncrossing the legs, inching the feet back to center, inching the head and arms and shoulders back into center. And just pausing here in the middle of your mat, stretching long. Feeling both shoulders, the sacrum, the hips, everything grounded and connected. And then when you feel ready, we'll come to the other side. So let's inch the feet over towards the left bottom corner of the mat, and then inch the head and arms and shoulders over to the left top corner. So just kind of banana arcing over to the left-hand side. And again, maybe you hold onto a wrist, maybe you cross the right ankle on top of the left. Relax the arms, close the eyes down, and come back to your breath. Noticing if the breath has changed at all. Noticing the quality of the breath, so the pace, the length of the inhales, the exhales. Noticing that brief pause or moment just in between the inhales and exhales. Let's take another big breath in. And a big breath out. As you're ready, we'll start to inch everything back in towards center, the upper body, the lower body. Bring the arms back down by the sides. Hug the knees in close towards the belly one more time. Maybe as you squeeze it in, curl into a little ball, lifting the forehead into the knees. And then we'll start to make our way up to a seat. So however you want to do that, you can rock and roll forward to back to find that momentum. Or just turn to one side, support yourself up. And we'll make our way to a tabletop on the hands and knees. So setting yourself up, perhaps using a blanket underneath the knees for more cushion. And then finding the hands right underneath shoulders, fingers spread as wide as you comfortably can. Now coming right into just natural organic movement here. Okay, whatever feels good. Really start by dropping the hips side to side. Maybe you're shifting forward and back a couple times. And then perhaps coming right into some cat and cows. So from tabletop, as you inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the heart, head, and tail. And as you exhale, round the spine, press the mat away, lifting through the upper back. Great, so just following along with your breath, cat and cow. Inhale, drops the belly. And exhale to round. There's no rush, just go at your pace, your rhythm. Maybe finding some barrel rolls, rotating the whole torso. Move in any way that you need to or want to. It feels good or interesting today. Take about 2 or 3 more breaths right here. All right. Take your last breath in, last breath out. And we'll meet back at table, just a nice flat back here. So really pressing down through the hands, lifting up and out of the shoulders. And the inner elbows are dialing forward. So we'll start to stretch the right leg back. So the leg is in space. Just feel like you want to step your right leg onto the wall behind you. So taking any back bends out of this, just stretching long, both through the crown of the head and out through the right heel. Pressing down firmly through both hands here. And then gather your breath up. We're just going to hold for 5. Toes are dialing down. The hips are square. 4. 3. 2. Now take one more breath in. And as you exhale, you can lower the toes down to the mat, keeping the legs stretched out long. And then just press back through the heel, finding a nice calf stretch here. Maybe you rock forward and back. Good. From here, we're going to rock back over the hands, lower the heel down so we're on the inner edge of the back foot. Spinning the left leg out to the left to help with balance, and then opening this up completely to the right wall. Thanks, you guys. So reaching the right arm high, just checking in with the alignment of everything so that you can look down, make sure that left hand or wrist is right underneath the shoulder. Right, shoulders are stacked. You can look down your body, make sure that right leg is straight out behind you. And then use that top hand to pull the energy upwards, spinning your heart towards the ceiling. And maybe there's some movement in the arm, the upper arm. If you'd like to find some shoulder rotations here, that could be nice. Or finding a balance if you'd like to amp this up a bit. And lift that right leg up, just taking a balance on the left knee. Wherever you are, just breathe. Just for 3, Thanks, you guys. 2. Take one more breath in. And then we'll all meet back at a tabletop. So lowering the knee, the hand back down. Maybe dropping the hips side to side or taking another cat and cow in between to reset. And then coming to the left-hand side, we'll just stretch the left leg straight back out of the hip. So the hips are square to the mat, toes dialing down. And then keep pressing firmly through both hands. We're not sinking into the shoulders. Pressing down through both the heel of the hand and the pad of the fingers. And then get really long through the crown of the head and out through that left heel. Taking any back bend out of this. So efforting the tail towards the back end of the mat. And we'll hold here. Just with breath for 5. Nice work, you guys. 4. 3. 2. And on 1, just bring the toes down. Press back through the left heel. Find your calf stretch. Maybe taking on some movements. And then as you're ready, we'll rock back forward and plant the left heel down. So we're on the inner edge of the left foot. Right leg can swivel out for balance. And as you're ready, we'll slowly open this up to the left wall. So left arm will reach up overhead, or you could just bring hand to hip. Make sure that right arm is directly underneath the shoulder. Sometimes it does take a little bit of tweaking, and then sending that left leg straight out of the hip. So once you settle into that shape, perhaps staying there or finding a different arm variation, you could reach the left arm up overhead by the ear, or find those rotations of the arm. A little bit of warm up for the shoulder. We're taking that balance. If that felt interesting on the other side. Lifting the leg. All optional. We'll stay here just for 3. 2. 1 more breath in. And on your exhale, we'll release back to tabletop as you're ready. And we'll take the knees out a bit wider. Big toes come together. And sink the hips back towards your heels, taking a child's pose. You can crawl the arms forward, lowering the forehead, or reaching the arms back by your feet. A really nice option to just let go of the shoulders. So you can let the shoulders cave in this option. Good, and then just a couple of breaths there. Maybe you're finding some movement in your child, perhaps wiggling the hips side to side, massaging the third eye, the forehead left to right into the mat. Good. Let's take one more breath here. And as you're ready, walking the hands back underneath the shoulder, pressing up towards your tabletop on the hands and knees. And we'll bring the hands just a handprint forward. And then tucking the toes, lifting the hips up and back. First downward facing dog. Making any adjustments you need. Letting the head hang heavy. You might separate the feet hip width distance, or even a little bit wider could be nice. A little softness through the knees so that you can tilt the tailbone up to the sky. And then any movement here that you need to create some space. So maybe that's pedaling the legs, maybe bending into one knee at a time. Wagging the tail. And then eventually finding some stillness. Finding a nice long spine here. Let's start to lift the heels towards the sky. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, lower heels back down. One more time, inhale, lift heels. Exhale, lower. Good. Start to rock forward into your high plank. So we're stacking the shoulders over the wrists. Crown of the head reaches forward, still pressing the mat away. So moving the shoulder blades out and away from each other. Good. And then the heels effort back. Just take a breath in here. And then as you exhale, back to downward facing dog. Hips up and back. We'll do that a couple of times. So as you inhale, rock back forward to your high plank. And then exhale, downward dog. Two more times. Inhale, rocking forward. Your exhale, down dog. One more time. Follow your breath. And downward facing dog. Nice, you guys. Let's start to look forward. Take as many steps as you need to get to the top of the mat. Feet to hands. Meeting in a forward fold as you separate the feet. Again, hip width distance, maybe a little bit wider. And then bow your head. Let it hang heavy. Maybe you are clasping opposite elbows, finding your ragdoll. Shifting the weight through the feet. Side to side, front to back, just finding the center point. And just breathe here, checking in, noticing how you feel, how the backs of the legs feel this morning, the hamstrings, the calves. Good, and then we'll release the hands back down to the floor and come up halfway. So hands might slide to the shins, heart, crown of the head reaches forward. We're moving the shoulders away from the ears. Keep a little softness through the knees. And then as you exhale, fold it all the way down. And we'll do that a couple of times. As you inhale, halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale, fold it forward. One more time, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Now bend the knees a lot, root to rise all the way up to standing. Lift your arms up overhead, take a breath in. Maybe lift your gaze towards the palms. And then exhale, hands to heart center at prayer. Pause here, relax the shoulders, close your eyes down, get grounded, feel the feet underneath you, pressing into the earth. Take a big breath in, big breath out. And then blinking the eyes open, reach the arms up overhead, take a breath in. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward, all the way to the earth. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold all the way down. Again, root to rise all the way up. Reach arms up overhead. Hands to your heart, exhale. Again, inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, bow and fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, Urdhva Hastasana, arms sweep up. Hands to the heart. Inhale, begin again, reach it up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, inhale. Now plant the hands, step both feet back to a high plank. You've been here before, just gonna pause for a couple of breaths, so get yourself set up, stack the shoulders over the wrists, and effort the heel of the hand back towards the feet, as the heels of the feet effort towards the back of the room. And then just breathe here, just for 5, 4, you can always lower knees down to modify, 3, 2, now on 1, let's all lower the knees, chest and chin down. Gliding forward onto the belly, baby cobra. Hands should be right underneath the elbows, about 90 degrees. And reaching the crown of the head forward, peeling the heart up off the floor. Now press down through the shoelaces of the feet. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, downward facing dog, however you want to get there. Take your time, no rush. Nice work. Let's take a big breath in. Big breath out. We'll start to look forward, take a breath in. And on empty, you can walk, hop, or step top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Hands to the heart, exhale. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, bow and fold, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Hop or step back, high plank. Lower knees, chest and chin. Or just lower to the floor. Glide forward onto your belly, baby cobra. Again, either pausing here for a breath, or you can come into up dog, straightening the arms, stacking shoulders over the wrist. And we'll all exhale to downward facing dog. Lifting the hips up and back. Nice, big breath in, big breath out. And back to your breath. Back to your intention. Let's start to look forward on the inhale, and on empty, again, walk, hop, or step, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise on your inhale. Hands to the heart, exhale. Now pause here, bring your hands to your heart. Scoot the feet closer together. Maybe even touching, just leaving a little space through the heels. We'll sweep the arms back up, inhale, and exhale, fold forward. Now halfway lift, lengthen. Pause here, just bend the knees. Sit low into your chair pose as you sweep the arms up, lifting through the sternum, Utkatasana. Relax the shoulders, bring the weight into your heels, and breathe just for 3. Set your gaze to 1 point. 2, and on 1, forward fold, let it go. Halfway lift, lengthen. Hop or step back, high plank. Lower knees, chest and chin. Gliding forward onto your belly. Or up dog, shine your heart. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let it go. Nice work. Take a breath in. Big breath out. As you're ready, we're going to lift the right leg up and back. So getting really long up through the right heel. Toes dialed down. Hips are square. Start to look forward. Take a breath in. Now on empty, we're drawing knee towards nose as you step it through in between the hands. Setting up your runner's lunge here. So from here, just plant the back heel down. Ground down through both feet. Use blocks underneath the hands, shining your heart forward. And then as you're ready, press down through the feet, rise up to warrior 1. Now for a moment, you might bring your hands to your hips and just pull your right hip and right shoulder back in space, just to square everything to the front. Keeping a nice big bend into the front knee and squeezing the back leg nice and straight. So strong through the back leg. Then you can reach the arms up overhead, lift your heart. Take another breath in. Now as you exhale, we're going to swim the hands all the way back down to the floor. Step both feet back, high plank. You can flow through your vinyasa or meet right back at down dog. Always your choice. Nice work. We'll come right to the other side. So lifting left leg Up and back, get long out through the heel, find that extension. Look forward, take a big breath in. And on empty, draw your knee towards your nose. Take a big step forward in between the hands. And then plant your back heel down. So make sure the left knee is right over the front ankle. And blocks can be really helpful just for setting this up. And then once you feel grounded and stable, use your core to slowly rise all the way up to warrior one. And then set yourself up there. And maybe hands to hips, just pull that left hip, left shoulder slightly back in space. Firm up through the back legs, really engaging and pressing through the knife edge of the back foot. Just straighten the knee. Maybe sending arms up overhead, lift your heart. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, hands swim all the way back down to the floor. Send both feet back, high plank, go or flow back to your down dog. Your way. Nice work, you guys. Start to look forward from our down dog. Take a breath in. And on empty, feet to hands, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Rise on your inhale. Hands to the heart. Bring your feet together for chair pose. Arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. And then bend the knees. Sit right into your Uttanasana chair. Arms sweep up. Lift the sternum. Lift the heart. Slight tuck of the tailbone. Bring the weight into the feet. Just 3, 2, and 1. Forward fold. Let it go. Halfway lift to lengthen. Plant the hands. Hop or step back to your high plank. And flow or go right back to down dog. Take your time. We'll do all that just one more time, and we'll move through it a bit quicker. So perhaps just finding one movement per breath and letting that guide you. So as you're ready, coming back to down dog, go ahead and lift our right leg high. Look forward, take a breath in. On empty, big step forward. Plant the back heel. Slow and controlled rise all the way up to warrior one. Just a breath in. As you exhale, right back down. Step both feet back. Lower down on exhale. And inhale, shine your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right away, we'll come to the left side. Left leg floats high. Big breath in, look forward. On empty, big step in between the hands. Plant the back heel. Set yourself up and then rise slow and controlled. Warrior one. Take a breath in. Exhale right back down to the earth. Step both feet back. Go or flow back to down dog. Clear it away. This work. Take about 3 breaths. In your down dog, let the head hang heavy. Really pressing down through the insides of the hands, the base of the thumb, base of the pointer finger. Inner elbows are spinning forward to help externally rotate the shoulders out and away from the ears. Keep that nice softness and sweetness through the knees so that you can press the belly back towards thighs and really just lengthen through the spine. Taking any rounding out of the back. Big breath in, big breath out. Start to look forward, inhale, and on empty, walk, hop or step, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Rise on your inhale, hands to the heart, exhale. Scoot the feet together, Let's come right into chair pose. So just bend the knees, sit low, lift the heart, lift the sternum, arms can reach up, or any other variation that works for you. And pause here just for 3, 2, and 1. Forward fold. Let it go. Let's separate the feet, hip width distance, and just pause in this fold for a couple moments here. So take a nice big bend in the knee if you need to. Let the head hang as heavy as a bowling ball. And maybe take opposite elbows, finding your ragdoll. Maybe you interlace the hands behind your back, finding a nice shoulder stretch here, or any other variation you'd like to take. All right, let's gently release any bind. Bring the hands back down to the floor. We'll halfway lift to lengthen, wrap in. Then exhale, hands to the floor, hover, step back to high plank, or go right back to your down dog. All meet in our dog. Maybe pedaling the legs a bit here. On any movement that feels necessary. You're always welcome to come down into your child's pose or take a couple cat and cows for a breath or two. All right. Taking your last breath in, last breath out, making your way back to down dog if you left it. And again, we're gonna lift right leg up and back. Now pause here, nice long through the back leg, through the spine. We'll just bend the knee and open up the hip. So now lifting with the inner right thigh, maybe rotating the ankle, maybe rotating the knee. Stay with your breath here. We'll straighten the leg back out, look forward. And on empty, big step forward, again in between the hands. And we'll set it up just like we did before. So plant the back heel down, just like you're setting up for warrior 1. Rise all the way up using your core. And then we'll straighten the front knee. Now we're gonna open this up to set up for a triangle pose. So stretch your arms to a T. Right arm forward, left arm back. Now our hips, our shoulders, everything open to the left wall. Once you feel ready, you're gonna start to reach forward towards the front of the room. Keep reaching, reaching, reaching until you can't reach any longer. And then bring the right hand down to your foot, your ankle, calf, a block, whatever makes sense. And then reach up tall through the left fingertips. Use the top hand to pull the energy back up. So if we can, we want to stay fairly light through that bottom hand. So kind of finding this balance between folding over the right leg and still pulling up through the left arm. Finding that happy medium. And the limbs are long. There's space through the spine. The crown of the head is reaching forward. Let's stay here just for 3, 2. Now from our triangle, we're just gonna bend the front knee. So you can bring the right elbow to front knee, side angle. If you need to widen your feet a bit, you're welcome to do that so that you can sink the hips and make sure that right knee is directly over the front ankle. And then again, either keep reaching up through the left hand, you can reach the arm up overhead by the ear, or any other variation here. Bottom hand is welcome to come down to the floor or down to a block. Just here for 3. Keep spinning your heart open towards the ceiling. 2. Now on 1, we'll bring the left hand down to the inside of the foot, pick up the back heel, And reach right arm up to the sky. So simple twist facing the right wall. Keep your right foot completely planted into the mat so that your right knee is hugging in towards your heart. Shoulders are stacked up here. Gaze wherever it's okay on your neck. Nice work, just for 3, 2. Take one more long breath in. Good, and then as you exhale, right hand comes back down. We'll step both feet back, high plank. You can flow through vinyasa or just meet back at down dog. Let it go. All right, we'll be here for about 5 breaths in this dog. So again, maybe there's a child's pose waiting for you. Maybe some cat and cows, any other movement or shapes you'd like to take. Just giving your body some time to rest. So that you can find a shape where you can breathe it and come back to the breath. And come back to your intention. Take about 2 or 3 more breaths right where you are. All right, last breath in. Long breath out. We'll all make our way back to down dog if you left it, lifting the hips up and back. We'll find our 3-legged dog on the other side. So lift your left leg up and back. Nice and long. Find that extension out through the heel. Now with this, keeping the hands planted evenly and the shoulders even. Keep all that and bend the knee, open up the hip. Lifting through the inner left thigh, shoulders are still square, pressing firmly, evenly through both hands. Maybe you're rotating the ankle, right, or rotating the knee. And we'll stretch the leg back out, squaring the hips down to the earth. Look forward, take a breath in. On empty, big step forward, top of the mat. And then plant the back heel down. Rise up slowly to warrior 1. Straightening the front knee and setting up for a triangle. So we'll open our arms out to a T, stretching out through the fingertips. Open hips, open shoulders here. Just take a moment to build your foundation. And then when you feel ready, we'll start to tip forward, reaching through the left fingertips as long as you can. And then when you can't reach any longer, bring the left hand down to the floor, the leg to a block, and keep pulling yourself up through the top hand. Again, see if you can get a little lighter through the bottom hand, especially if it is on your leg. Engage through the core. Feel the shoulders all stacked up here. The arms stacked and reaching. Gaze wherever it's okay. Be gentle with the neck. We're here just for 3. Nice work, you guys. 2. Now on 1, again, just bend the left knee. Take your side angle, left elbow to left knee. Sometimes from the triangle, you just need to widen your feet just a pinch, depending on your shape. And then you can reach the right arm up to the sky or up by the top ear. Spinning your heart open towards the ceiling. And again, staying really light through that bottom hand. If you want to amp it up, you can reach the left arm forward. You just bring that bottom hand to a block, whatever works, just for 3. Breathe here, 2. Now on 1, bring that right hand down to the floor. Pick up the back heel, spin your left hand up to the sky, Open twist, facing the left wall. You've got this. Last couple of breaths. Really ground down through the right hand to rebound the energy up through the left fingertips. Just stay for 3. Strong through the back leg. 2. And 1. Left hand comes down. Step both feet back. Go or flow back to your down dog. And that will be the last vinyasa. And our last down dog too. So taking any extra movements there, right? Any wiggles, shakes, nodding of the head. Anything else you need to do here. And take about 2 more breaths in this down dog. Allowing the breath to slow down and to smooth out. All right. Let's take our last breath in. And as you exhale, just bend the knees. Slowly bring the knees all the way down to the floor. And then we'll just sit on one side of the hip so that we can swing the legs forward and front. And if you have your strap, go ahead and keep that nearby. We'll lower all the way down to the floor. All right, so setting yourself up here. Let's go ahead and just bend the knees, plant the feet on the floor, taking them wide and resting the knees in together. And just pause. Maybe the hands are on the body somewhere, just feeling into the breath. Maybe you nod the head side to side if that feels good on the back of the skull. Maybe you start to windshield wiper the legs left to right, side to side. Just going at your own pace. And then eventually drawing the knees or the legs back in towards center. We'll walk the feet back in, just hip width distance apart. And let's go ahead and just hug the right knee in close to the belly. Give it a nice squeeze. Maybe pointing and flexing the foot or rotating the ankle a couple times. And then if you have your strap or sock or scarf or whatever you're using, we'll go ahead and wrap that strap around the ball of the right foot. Start to extend the right leg up to the sky. And just finding a grip where your shoulders and arms can just be heavy here. So find a place where it's really not that much effort. Your arms are just heavy and noodle arms. And then notice how this feels. Take a breath. And then we'll take the strap into the right hand. And we're not going to do a big movement here. Just ever so slightly open the leg towards the right. Just ever so slightly towards the right. Just opening it up just a little bit today. You're welcome to keep this left foot, left knee bent, or you can stretch it out long. Notice how that feels, how that might change your experience. Good, and then drawing the right leg back in towards center. Again, just ever so slightly, we're going to guide it to the left. So pass it to your left hand. Guide that right leg just slightly left, just a little bit. So basically, still keeping the hips and the sacrum still grounded to the earth. Sometimes when we do this, we go into a full twist and we send the leg all the way towards the floor. So just keeping it high up, noticing how this feels, where this feels on the back of the leg for you. Take another breath in. And as you exhale, come back to center. And we'll bend the left knee, coming into figure 4. So just cross your right ankle over the left thigh. And since we have our lovely strap, we might use that as an extension of our arms today. So bring the strap around the left thigh and holding on to that so that you can have that grip and connection, but still completely relax the head and shoulders here and see how that feels. Keeping a little flex through the right foot. Right knee is efforting away as the left knee efforts in towards you. Nice work, you guys. Maybe rocking side to side if that feels good. And then as you're ready, we're going to bring the left foot back down. Bring the right foot down to the floor. Just let the legs go. And we'll take this to the other side. So just hug your left knee in, nice and close to your belly. And just pausing here for a moment. Again, taking any movement. So pointing and flexing the foot, rotating the ankle, maybe opening the knee side to side. And then when you feel ready, start to set up your strap around the ball of the left foot, sending the leg up to the sky on your own time, and setting up a nice grip here. So my arms are just heavy, just hanging on. Shoulders are resting completely into the earth. Head is supported. I'm going to stretch my right leg out. You're welcome to keep it bent. Do whatever feels right for you. And then we'll take the strap into the left hand. Take a breath in. And ever so slightly, just open the leg, open the hip, just a little bit. Just a little bit towards the left. Keeping the hips really grounded here. Nice easy grip into the hands. And just a breath in, breath out. Good. And then as you're ready, we're going to draw the leg back in towards center. Pass it to the right hand. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, just send the left leg slightly to the right. Just a little bit. And soften the shoulders. Unclench the jaw. And soften the forehead, the eyebrows. Take another breath in. Good, and then as you're ready, we'll bring the leg back in towards center and set up figure 4. So plant the right foot on the ground, cross left ankle over right thigh, and then maybe using your strap, looping it behind the right thigh to help hug right knee in towards you, and the left knee will effort away from you. And then take a few final breaths there. All right, as you're ready, I'll gently release the legs from our figure 4. Set the strap off to one side and take any final movements you'd like to take before our final resting shape Shavasana. Maybe taking a few final breaths in that shape or stretch or movements. And then when you feel ready, we'll make our way into Shavasana, into our rest. So feel free to set up any props for yourself so that you can give yourself a good amount of time just to lie there, be comfortable, and not have to do anything, not have to be anywhere, just to rest. And once you make your way into your resting shape, you can close the eyes down. And take up a lot of space, stretch out your arms, your legs. I'm going to leave you right where you are in your Shavasana today so that you can really get a nice long rest. So giving yourself another 5 or 10 minutes even, as long as you need, just resting. Not thinking about the next thing, about the rest of the weekend, but just giving yourself rest, time to do nothing. And perhaps coming back to your intention to help anchor you and keep you present in the body for your rest, for your Shavasana. Wherever you are, we'd like to just take a closing breath with me to close our practice today. You can take your hands onto your body, maybe one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. And we'll take a big breath in, filling all the way up. And a big breath out. And let it go. Please stay right where you are. Just give yourself this beautiful rest on this Saturday morning. Hope you guys have a wonderful and easy day. Thank you for being here. Namaste.